Guys, so today we're going into London to do a bit of book shopping, so I thought I would take you along with me. We're going to go to 5 different book stores and do a little bit of a tour of bookshops of London. I'm hoping to make this sort of like a bit of a series on my channel, maybe every 6 months or so. So hope you enjoy it, guys. I am back from my little trip to London the other day, and I thought I would film a little mini haul at the end so that you could see what books I picked up whilst I was in those bookshops in London. So the first book that I picked up was out of Daunt books in Marylebone, and I picked up a copy of My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. I was having a conversation with Becky over at Becky Ford. I'll link her channel in the description bar or up above, something like that. She seems to be doing like a Daphne du Maurier project at the moment where she's reading all of her works, and I was watching one of her Friday Reads videos, and I said, you know, I really liked reading Rebecca, which Daphne du Maurier should I read next? And she recommended either Jamaica Inn or this one, My Cousin Rachel. Now I know this is coming out as a film later on this year, and it stars Rachel Weisz, and I've seen a film poster for it, and that looked really good. This is supposedly about a family, and the protagonist's cousin marries somebody called Rachel, and she comes to the house to live, or the husband dies and then she comes to his house to live, something along those lines. But she's a very mysterious woman, and it's just about how the story plays out from there. So it seems quite dark. I'm really interested in it because obviously the film's coming out later this year, so yeah, I picked up that one. I didn't buy anything in Gosh Comics. I'm not really a massive comic or graphic novel reader, and nothing was really sort of jumping out at me while I was in there, and I didn't want to buy anything for the sake of it, so I didn't buy anything there. But I did buy a couple of books in Foyles in Charing Cross, and I was really excited about the books that I picked up in there. The first one that I picked up was The Good Immigrant. This is edited by Nikish Shukla. And this is a collection of essays written by, so it says on the back, 21 writers explore what it means to be black, Asian and minority ethnic in Britain today. And it also says, what's it like to live in a country that doesn't trust you and doesn't want you unless you win an Olympic gold medal or a national baking competition. I've heard lots of people on Booktube talk about this, and say that it is a really important read, and that it's also very moving as well, you know, one to kind of educate yourself a bit more, so I'm looking forward to picking that one up and diving into that one. And then the other book that I picked up was a new release, and I first heard about this on Simon from Savage Reads channel. He is, I think, doing an event with the author, and so I kind of was interested in it for that reason. And that is The Gender Games by Juno Dawson. Juno Dawson is trans, and this is all about what it is to be a man and what it is to be a woman in modern day society. So it says on the front, the problem with men and women from someone who has been both. What I quite liked about I'll just read you the opening paragraph of the summary. It says, "It's a boy or it's a girl are the first words almost all of us hear when we enter the world. Before our names, before we have likes and dislikes, before we or anyone else have any idea who we are. And 2 years ago, as Juno Dawson went to tell her mother that she was, and actually always had been, a woman, she started to realise just how wrong we've been getting it. Gender isn't just screwing over trans people, it's messing with everyone, from little girls who think they can't be doctors, to teenagers who come to expect street harassment. From exclusionists, feminists to alt-right young men, from men who can't cry to the women who think they shouldn't. As her body gets in line with her mind, Juno tells not only her own story, but the story of everyone who is shaped by society's expectations of gender and what we can do about it." So this is just sort of her foray into what it is to be a man, what it is to be a woman in modern day society. There's some other kind of insights in here by different authors as well. So I'm really, really interested in picking that up. I haven't really read anything like this before, and I think it would be a great way to educate myself a bit more. Then we of course went to Forbidden Planet, and while I didn't pick up a book in Forbidden Planet, I did pick up this Severus Snape Funko Pops. I've been collecting the Harry Potter Funko Pops. I've been collecting them. I've only got one downstairs, I think, which is, this is from the original series. So yeah, this is the Severus Snape one. So can't really say much about that. There we go. And lastly, we went to the London Review bookshop, and I picked up one book in there which I was so excited to see. This has been on my wish list for a little while, and it came out in paperback and I just had to buy it. And this is Another Day in the Death of America, 24 Hours, 8 States, 10 Young Lives Lost to Gun Violence by Gary Young. When this first came out and I saw people talking about it, I saw Caitlin from Kitty G talk about it on her channel, and I was instantly interested in it. This is Gary Young, and he takes a day in America. Does it say it on the back? Yeah, Saturday the 23rd of November 2013, and he investigates young people's deaths in America, so children and teenagers across America. And he talks about the fact that they weren't anything out of the ordinary, they weren't publicised on the news or anything like that, but nevertheless they were killed because of gun crime. And he talks about how ridiculous it is that these people weren't recognised and things, but I think it's more about sort of like gun crime in the US and things like that. I think this is going to be such a great read, really interesting, really insightful. I think I'll learn a lot while reading it. It was quite expensive in hardback. I'll have it on my wish list for a while, but then I saw it in paperback and I couldn't resist. So there we go. There we go. They were all of the things I picked up on my bookshop tour of London. I hope you really enjoyed this video, guys. I'd love to hear what you thought of it. Should I do a part 2 sometime soon? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.